the mainstream media. The truth, they have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine, telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Russen program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news, true news, news that's not in the mainstream on GJRB. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, where it's just GJRB Online and Radioland, a day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between, like the days of radio. Radioland. We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russen program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russen program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB. After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast or live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB Online. The weird, the strange, the bizarre, way out fun, way out there. Another show coming soon on GJRB Online. And we're back on the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. Freestyle Day, that means we're going to do now is we're going to open wide the program. As I told you before, GJRB, the Gary Russen program, is a news program. That means that I have a choice of an option of doing the news at the top of the hour or not. Okay, so that leaves me up to wherever I'm ready for. Okay, so usually I will do something like that, but sometimes I don't. Here's what I'm going to be doing in the next 10 minutes or so. 10, 11, 12 minutes. We're going to open up conversation, spread this program around on the internet. And then we're going to, I'm going to do another newscast. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to look at my next news. I'm going to look at my document here for True News format real quick and see what I got coming up in the next news. Oh, yeah. Biggest gain in 30 days. That's coming up in our next newscast. And severe storm. We got this coming up. We'll talk about it in our next half hour. San Antonio. We're talking about this as weather news. We'll have another one, weather in the news, and see what's going on there. Weather in the news coming up here on GJRB Online. So, we don't want that. So let's see. Oh yeah, we'll talk about this. Apparently, well over people left without lights, storms, what have you, in San Antonio, Texas. This is coming from a source out of ABC. 4,000 without power in San Antonio after a bad storm there. And severe storms through most parts of that state. And San Antonio, this happened early yesterday morning.
And, a lot of big...
And San Antonio had significant damages. Nearly 40,000 residents without power. More than 100 structures were damaged in the city of Northside. San Antonio Fire Department officials told ABC News on Monday that residential homes accounted for most of the destruction, and also an elementary school. Commercial structures. San Antonio. Well, this is part of that mean weather system that is leaving a lot of damage in its path. And we'll talk about that coming up at the top of the hour when we do our True News here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. Glad you can be with me today. We'll do a weather on the fives and give you some national temperatures. And Dallas, Texas, I guess you guys are under some kind of an alert. Not exactly knowing exactly what that is. I'm going to check here real quick as soon as that opens up here. And we'll do a weather summary. Right now you're at 75 degrees with a local pollen alert. So pollen count issue going there. That's what that is. So we'll give you all that coming up here in a few minutes here on Weather on the Vibes. Gary J. Russell with you on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. And glad you could be with me today. And I hope you're staying with me. We've got a lot of stuff coming up on GJRB Online, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to stay with it here on GJRB Online, spread this program apart, and we're going to visit other social sites here in just a few minutes. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Pinterest. We'll also be getting the Gary Russen program, so we hope that you'll join us in the next hour of our program, the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker here on the internet and wherever you may be listening. Got a lot of stuff coming up. I hope you'll stay with me, and we'll talk about the severe storms. They had a lot of damage. They said some of the storm it's a Monday morning, causing significant damages in areas and leaving about 40,000 residents without power. More than 100 structures damaged in the city's north side. San Antonio Fire Department officials told ABC that they were residential. The brunt of the storm hit just south of San Antonio's International Airport, north to the downtown area. Fire department officials said that 43 homes were significantly damaged in that area, and there was also storm-related fire at the elementary school there. Authorities said the fire was put under control, though. So that's a good thing. And we'll be checking that weather on the fives here in a couple of minutes. Hey, next hour we're going to open up for you as we go freestyle here on the Gary Russen program. That means that we're going to go off the log. And we're going to keep on doing this practicing of our programming here. Got some other ideas we're going to try to do. So I'm going to be working on that. I have a plan on my next segment. So be aware of that. And we'll see what happens from there. This is the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker. I'm glad you could be aboard with me today here online on GJRB. And let's see what we got coming up. I'm going to do some stuff here real quick. I'm going to set up our next segment. I'm going to do freestyle now for just a few minutes. In other words, what I mean by freestyle is off the log for just a little bit, because what I'm going to do is I want to re-rig everything the way I wanted to do it in the first place, and I'm going to redo it for 4 o'clock. So I'm going to take a break locally, and then I will be right back with more of the Gary Russen program in just a moment here on GJRB. We'll be